Hello and welcome to another episode of Badman Reviews. And all I have to say is, I told you so. I called it 100%. Crash Bandicoot HD and Crash Bandicoot Skylanders. I called it last week and it turned out being true. And I'm very happy with it. So I'm here to talk to you guys today about my first impressions and thoughts on the HD remake. And obviously there's not much for me to talk about, but people keep asking me about it, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it. Mostly just how I think it's going to be, what it's going to be like, because we haven't seen anything yet. All we've seen is Crash and Skylanders, and truthfully, I think he looks cool. The model isn't the greatest, but it has to match the Skylanders art style, and I can understand the way that they took it, so I'm totally fine with that, and I'm like 95% sure that they're not going to use that model in the HD remake for Crash Bandicoot, which I'm fine with. Now, when it comes to the HD remake, there's some things that we can expect. We can expect new, probably some new levels, maybe some of the cut levels to be introduced into the older games, and we can expect it to feel and play differently. These are not remakes. These aren't remasters. It's not the same game with better graphics. It is remade from the ground up for the PS4, so it's going to feel different. So expect that. Don't expect it to be exactly like the originals. It's going to be different, and that's something we're going to have to deal with for the better or for the worse. I'm interested in if they get rid of some of the glitches as well, some of the stuff that they use in speedruns to be able to jump past certain locations in the game to be able to beat the game faster. I don't know if they'll keep those in or not. I would love them to keep them in because, you know, they're part of the original game and it would be upsetting seeing them disappear. I also want to know what they're going to be doing when it comes to graphics. How's it going to look? Is it still going to have that cartoony feel to it? Or are they going to go more realistic, or like maybe a knack look? I have no clue what they're going to do with this, but I wouldn't mind kind of a knack look to it, but I would also love them to keep the old style that they had, but that's hard to do when you're trying to also make it look HD. It's going to probably be the hardest thing that they have to do when it comes to making this Crash Bandicoot game, is getting the perfect flesh out between the old style and new high definition graphics. We can also probably expect a lot more interesting features in the game, you know, different weather, and when you're in the snow level, actually expect snow to be falling, and in the rainforest, kind of expect rain. There's a lot of stuff like that we should probably expect. Now, I'm assuming this is actually what they're doing a test run. They're doing a test run, basically going, here's Crash Bandicoot HD, let's see if the fans actually want it. Let's see how many people buy it, let's see how it works out, and, well, if it does well, I can see them making an actual game, which we would probably get about 3 years after the release of the HD game, which I'm fine with. I would be very interested in an actual new game. The question is, if they were to take a new game, would they make it 3D platformer-ish, or would they make it like the HD remake and make it a linear platformer? I'd be fine with either. I know some people who would want one, and I know some people who would want the other. Now, to be truthful, I will be talking about Crash Bandicoot as much as possible when it comes to any news that pops or whatnot. I actually went out and bought a PS4 just because of this news, because I knew I'd have to be playing that Skylanders game, and I knew I'd have to be playing that HD remake for you guys, because you all love Crash Bandicoot so much. So I bought a PS4 just so I can get you guys the news and play the games for you, and it didn't set me back that much. I found it a used one for cheap. So what you gonna do? I'm really excited for this HD remake. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I think it's gonna look fantastic. I think we're gonna have new weather and lighting, and it's just gonna look fabulous. I'm excited to see what they do with it, what new features they add in. That will be the big thing. What new features they announce for this remake for the PS4. But besides that, that's about it. I'll see all of you in the next episode.